Hello, everyone. Welcome to Light Language number 29. Tonight, we're asking a grounded question with a mystical edge. Where do you find treasure? Not outside you, but in your inner gifts. We'll keep it simple with three anchors: action, boundary, and focus. Light language in the TarotStache lens is frequency communication that activates identity, moves us through that liminal corridor, and reorganizes belonging through resonance. Let's begin. Stick around. I know you are going to want to watch this. There it is, kids. Light language. Can you believe, JJ, from Tuta Speaks, that we've been talking? This is our 29th show on this topic.
And the treasure has shown up.
The treasure has shown up. Look at her. She was just amazing. Amazing.
Look no further.
Look no further, kids. You have found the treasure. And tonight, we're going to be talking about the treasure within you. And as it relates to, this is the third in a really significant build up of shows. Karen from Starseed Awakening 1111 may be joining us. There's this weird thing that is interrupting. It's called her job. It's like, whatever. But so we will definitely be holding space for her. I do want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe because it's free. All of our links are in the description below. As are ways to contact us if you would like a private reading. And I'd like to welcome some people. We have Sarah is here. Kaylee, who is excited for another light language chat today. Hershey, the shadow reader. Hello, Hershey. It's good to see you. Bridget is here. Hello, Bridget. It's nice to see you. And yeah, Kayla was going to say, who, me? Yes. Yes. And remember to do all of the YouTube things. Silky Steele's Kitchen Witchery. Jan is here. Jan will be on for a reading show with me on Monday. We're going to do no apology readings.
Wow.
It's going to be slightly caffeinated and slightly unfiltered, or very caffeinated and very unfiltered. Jules Learning to Listen is here. Thank you. I do want to take a few minutes and say, JJ, how the heck are you and what's been going on?
Well, thank you for asking. What has been going on? Been doing a lot of light language shows and learning about how to do all of the back of the house things. And like I've told you before, I just channel my inner Gerald because Gerald, you guys may not know this if you haven't been a guest on his show, but he just sets it up so perfect. Like he works on it, and I really respect the time that you put into it. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. I work very hard at it. I have my assistants, and it's helpful, and I'm learning too.
Yeah.
So, Mere Dragon has joined us. Hello. Jules Learning to Listen, I think, is here. So You have also been, this is where I was leading.
Oh,
JJ, you have been doing a series with some amazing people today.
yes.
Tell us about that because you can find that on JJ's channel. Have you created a playlist for that?
Oh, I haven't. I'll have to. How do you do that? Oh,
Okay, I can show
mentor.
you afterwards.
Okay, cool.
I can show you afterwards. Stardust 315 is here. Hello.
29.
Yes. So tell us about that show. And I'm going to do this because that way I have this in front of me and you can still see my face. But JJ was disappointed you couldn't see the shirt. So,
Do it. No, you got to do it.
little bunny rabbit.
I love my TarotStache merch. It's my favorite. I have a favorite sweatshirt I got from you, and it's like so comfortable. But yeah, it's so interesting. The ladies, we've all found our way together. Danra, Summer, and Nina, and we have a show called the Light Language Awakening series. Today we did our fourth one. There's going to be 6 in this series. There'll be more after that. But we are, let's see, today we talked about, what did we talk about today? Today we talked with our friend Tom and interviewed him and what it's like to be, insights from somebody who's already on their journey, who comes across the language. And so it was just really interesting to see his perspective. Next week, it's going to be Summer. She's an amazing artist. She's one of the quartet, as you say, and so I think it's going to be fun. I think she's going to be having us do some artwork.
She did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaylee is helping you. Light language and how it's like
Yes.
music.
Thank you, Kaylee. That's exactly what we talked about today.
And by the way, I do want to mention Jan said she had her last surgery today. Great. She will have a follow-up the 14th and then 3 months later. And, people are liking the bunny. And Maru is here. Hello, Maru. And it's the Hassan stash. I mispronounced that. So, Old Windwalker has joined us. Hello. It's good to see you.
Great name.
Yes. As always, please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. And if you're like my friend Amber, you can listen to this as a podcast later. So there we go. This is available as a podcast. So if you're out running, washing dishes, folding laundry, basking in the glow of the sun, you're enjoying the red light thing. So it's all good.
What is up with this Hassan Fastache? Is it like Hassan Fefa from like Bugs Bunny?
Hoffenfesser, yes, yeah. Well, yes, Hoff, yeah, whatever. My Hassenpfeffer was one of my mother's favorite meals.
Oh, it's a meal. I always just thought it was something
It's
funny on Bugs
basically
Bunny.
it's bunny rabbit. Yes.
Oh my god.
So
that's what they're talking about.
We are talking today. Let's go back. I only have 1 page of notes, everybody. Please make note. We did light language number 27, and that was the fire horse energy. You will remember that? You were here. We explored fire horse year momentum, urgency, and activation, then kept it in the workable kept it workable through the anchors of action, boundary, and focus. The through line through all of this was that heat needs a container. Movement is real, so pacing and clean limits matter. clean limits are really very important. In Light Language 28, we talked about what is being revealed. And we treated revelation as neutral data for decisions, not comfort or catastrophe. It's just when things are being revealed, we go, oh, here's something else to consider. And we focus how the signals show up in your body in symbols, synchronicities, but also how that action, boundary, and focus turns the reveal into next steps you can live. And one of the things that I loved about that is if the next step isn't clear, then it's too big. It's too big.
Wow.
And so this time we wanted to discover where to find treasures. And I'm going to pause here and ask if JJ, you want to add anything to that since I gave that quick summary?
I have things to say later. Thank you for asking.
Stay tuned, everybody. Things later. I'm going to put up a little banner. And what's very important is, as we've said this multiple times, remember to ground through breath, hydration, and contact with nature to integrate energetic shifts. Do that.
Do it.
Yeah, do it right now.
Well, we're not professionals, so.
Yeah, I'm not a professional. However, that was perfectly timed. Let's talk about treasure. Treasure, I think, is inner gifts made visible. And this isn't about abstract potential. A gift or that treasure is something you can recognize, you can name, you can also practice it. And sometimes, and slow me down if I'm talking too much, sometimes we may not have the language to describe our gifts, and that's okay. But when we start to practice with them, the language that the words can help, and they will show up. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, I think it's really important because I struggled. I struggled with not knowing everything about what was happening to me.
Yes.
And I finally just said, I'm going to stop going down a rabbit hole, which is the word for Hassan.
Yes.
I'm not going to go down a Hassan hole.
Yes. You could with with your own shirt. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. So
yeah, but there was freedom in trusting the process and not knowing everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here you go. IGMV in gifts made visible.
Cool.
Okay. Jan said, I found a treasure today. I've been looking for eucalyptus. It's very hard to find in Tucson, trust me. But I had asked ChatGPT, and it said there was some here, so I finally found it, foraged some. Very nice. Congratulations. And then Sarah said, okay, ever since last fall, every time somebody says shifts, I hear it without the F. That's like I like to talk about decks. So I will be very clear to talk about shifts. Okay. And I think this is that treasure. It's the inner gift made visible. Think about that, everybody. It's like, and what's really fascinating to me is what you may not think of as a gift is it is a gift because not everybody is like you. We don't want everyone like you. There's a beauty in this. So, but okay. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, Jan said, my voice to text loves when I say I have deck envy. Um, JJ is telling her family to shut the dogs up. It's like I'm psychic or something.
I'm like,
Yeah. Well, let's move on to this other thing about, I think these, I have five main points with the treasure. And so there was the first one. Here's the second one. Discernment is how you avoid fool's gold. And if it costs you your nervous system, your relationships, or your integrity, it is not treasure. That one really resonated for you, JJ. You want to share anything about that, or wait until
I
the dogs
do.
are done barking?
I do. I want to share more than I want the dog to be quiet. So that was my favorite part about everything that you created today in the notes, was that if it's just completely exhausting you, maybe find out what it is that's leaking your energy. And because it's just a good lesson for me in my life, and I just never thought of it that way, and it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that in the chat? That if it costs you your nervous system, your relationships, or your integrity, it is not treasure. Yeah, the other thing that I did was I wanted to have a solid grasp of the word discernment. I looked it up. The ability to grasp, understand, or judge things clearly, accurately, and with wisdom. I think that, I'm a person who I have dictionaries all around. I like a good dictionary. I also like to go to Merriam-Webster online and type in, what's this word mean? I think discernment is really nice because it's, you judge things clearly, you work at grasping them, and part of grasping is to make sure you clearly understand, and you do that with wisdom. Guess how you get, well, let me ask you this, JJ, how do you get wisdom?
From an owl. Just kidding. How do I get wisdom? I get wisdom from experience. Sometimes I'll get wisdom from just being a witness to the things going on around me. And I think too, with like bringing in wisdom, it is sometimes it's just witnessing, and yeah, that's my answer.
And I like that answer. One of the things that I used to say early on in my tarot reading experience was, there are some cards that just stress the idea of wisdom. And so I came up with, for me, is wisdom is knowledge applied correctly. You can know lots of things. If you don't apply it, is it really wisdom? I'm looking at the chat. We have Mere Dragon has come in, and Shining Love, Light, and Truth. We have love for thesauruses and dictionaries. Buy it in a used bookstore. That's how you get your wisdom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Jan also shared, how could anything be a treasure if it cost you your integrity? I would not have anything to do with anything that would cost me my integrity. It is far too valuable. That's wisdom right there.
Right there.
Right there. Kevin is here. Hello, Kevin. Thank you for joining us. Here we go. Being the observer and the observered.
Observer red.
Observer. But see, that's a really interesting thing because
Mhm.
I think one of the great things is where to find the treasure is it's important to occasionally visit what's in our keepsake box.
Mm.
Uh, because what may not appear to be a treasure when I was 20 is a treasure when I'm 60. And I did not have that experience to understand that. Here you go.
Best chatters.
Wisdom from observation of wildlife.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes. I think that's really fascinating. From the idea of we've got treasure is your inner gifts made visible, discernment is how to avoid fool's gold.
Hmm.
Let's bring this into the next step is action develops the gift. Action, treasure grows through small, repeatable steps, not grand declarations. I think this is one of those things. If it's a treasure, if it's a gift, you need to be able to use it.
Yeah, the metaphor they're showing me right now is, you're walking along the riverbank and you find a fishing pole, a fishing rod, and it's like, yes, this came into your journey, this came into your space, but if you really want, to figure it out, you're going to have to, okay, where do I get the line? Do I need new line? What sort of bait works today or this season? And just really practicing, if you want to, be curious about what fishing is all about. It's the same thing um, with spirit.
Mhm. Say a little bit more about that. I'm curious about that.
Well, like when we're saying putting something into action, it's like I know a lot of people, including myself, were like, hey, I really love spirit. I want to be like my friend Kevin Lewis, I want to be like Kaylee. I want to be like TarotStache. Um, and I've always admired things like that and judged, which is part of the thing coming up too, like judged
Mhm.
myself and, why can't I do it? And um, if I hadn't reached out to take a class, um, and to just be like, I didn't know anything about Reiki. I didn't know anything about psychic development. And especially being an adult, you're sitting in like this chair to be like getting messages and you're not getting anything. But if you keep sitting in that chair, that's what I did. Like everybody would avoid the chair. And it's just like, okay, if nobody's going to go, I'm going to sit in that chair and I'm going to
Yep.
practice. And then things started coming, and you have to foster it.
Yes, you also have to be willing to, when you're learning a skill, you have to be willing to do it incorrectly,
Yep.
pick yourself up and learn from it. If for those of you who are here that read tarot, put your hands up. This is the Eight of Pentacles showing up and doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again until you don't have to think as much about it to where it becomes an integral part of who
Hmm.
you are. Yeah. Love, like Michelle, raise the hands. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. And yes, we have yeah, great advice. You do have to be willing to get into the chair. I think that's a good thing. We've talked about this idea of we have to take the action. The action isn't always going to be easy, but you should enjoy the work that goes into it. I think we've all probably experienced. I can say I could only. I'm going to stop assuming. There are times when I've worked really, really hard at some things, especially with learning them, and I loved every second of that hard work. Then there are times when I've worked really hard and I hated it. That's not something that is a gift for me. It's not a treasure, and that's okay. What do you think about this idea of loving the work?
Well, they're bringing me back to when I learned how to snowboard. Snowboarding was like the first thing that was really difficult for me that I really wanted to accomplish. And I would go out there and I would have so many bruises on my knees that it actually, like, my body would shake when I would fall down again. But so it's like it wasn't fun, but I just really wanted to get onto the other side of it because I just had a feeling like snowboarding, like on a mountain, was going to be like my church and my place to go. And um yeah, so I stumbled a lot, and that time, the day I got it though, I remember the day I got it, I was with someone, and um it clicked. And when it clicked, and I was like, do 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 do, just doing my edges, and
Yep.
the other person saw it. We were both so excited.
Yes. I
Yeah.
I also think that that's part of it is when you are, you're using your action to develop your gift, and to, once you find that treasure, to develop it. If you can find a community or people who support you,
Mhm.
that can really be a helpful thing.
Yeah.
Can really be a helpful thing. Leah Omega is here and said, "Be kind as you learn. No one gets it immediately." Hmm. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing. I mean, and being kind is one of those things that just creates an atmosphere of growth. So, are you ready for me to move on to the next one? Is this the one where you have a lot of things to say,
I
or
don't
is
know.
it
What is it?
boundary protects the gift? Boundaries, as we said before, stop leakage into comparison, overgiving, and distraction. You need to have, excuse me, you don't need. Boundaries can help us protect the gift and ourselves while we're learning. So, high hypnicity.
Yes, I would like to talk about boundaries and how much I hate them.
Okay.
I think boundaries are so hard. Okay, so we were talking backstage, and we were talking about this, the boundary protects the gifts, and I'm like, I did that boundary thing once, and then I had to defend it, and that wasn't any fun at all.
Mhm.
And so then it's just like, okay, well, if you set these boundaries up, I mean, I'm always like, okay, well, maybe I can meet them halfway, maybe build up to the bigger boundary or whatnot. But it's like, if somebody keeps like smashing through my boundaries, then they're not here to, like, for my support. They're not supporting me. They're not being kind to me.
Yes.
And that's really hard when it's, you know, you're setting up a boundary with somebody you've known for a really long time, and they're just like, what? What are you talking about? And
Yeah.
they smash through it. So that's not fun at all.
Well, and when we have clarity of our purpose, or and when we see the value of our treasure and our gift, and we have sharpness about that, it makes it easier to set a boundary. And let me rephrase that. It's not easier. We know when the boundary is being approached, and when it's been crossed, we are then able to see we need to take some action with that. Um, so we've got great chatters here, and we have so true. I came into what
Nothing.
we I came into world with knowing things and seeing things. New things and abilities come. I'm grateful for this beauty full community. Excellent.
Me too. This community. We can
And
be
by the
ourselves.
way, yes, sometimes the community that you felt good in shifts and changes. It's not because of something that is wrong. It's just you've grown. And we talked about this early on. It's
We
that,
did. Yeah.
okay, the old, or the place where I felt comfortable doesn't feel comfortable anymore.
Yeah.
And you've got that liminal space. Boundaries are dependable. They
That's what I was
stop.
laughing at. Depends.
Yes. Whew.
Eh,
Yeah. Better late than never. I mean, I'm glad you're here, Nalani. Willows bend. Sometimes my boundaries have to too. So long as they bend with your knowledge,
yeah.
not in your unawareness. So, hi, Zora. Good to see you. Zora says, hello. Just want to say you were loved dearly. Thank you.
Yay.
Let's, what else would you, okay. So you were talking about the boundaries and you're like, I want to stay with this. I'm going to stay with
Okay.
this for a little bit. So
Okay.
say more about this experience. And it's like, ah,
Yeah. And we were talking about treasure, and I thought I wore this beautiful thing, and I thought about castles. And so if I set up a boundary and then somebody keeps coming and charging into my castle, it's like
uh-huh,
I'm gonna throw them into the moat, because it's like, I already told you, don't come into my castle.
right.
Um, yeah, and there was somebody else. I can't remember who said this, but I think it was the medical medium, where when people keeps going through your boundaries, it's like your life is a pool. Your life is this pool, and if somebody's peeing in your pool, you don't
Mhm,
invite them back.
right.
Oh my God, I see the light.
I figured, this is a light language conversation, so I could have
What?
a crown with some light on it.
That's beautiful.
And now I need to set it up. There we go. We have Sarah shared, I find it odd that people are shocked when they step on my boundary and I speak up and don't back down. They get upset at me.
Yeah.
Do they really get upset, or are they embarrassed
Ooh.
that they have crossed this boundary? Here's the thing to remember when it comes to setting up boundaries. If people are unaware that people have to know that there's the line
Yeah.
so they can respectfully approach it and to stay with it. Because if somebody doesn't know that there's a boundary and you tell them, there is a way to do that with kindness so they know what they need to do going forward. Yes, they're going to get upset with you because you're being different.
Yes. Unwritten contracts. I
Written
I
contracts, yes.
Everybody has these unwritten contracts with people in their lives. And it's like, it's one of the, like, if you're the go-to family member of like, hey, we're having a problem, I'm going to talk to you. And it's like, once you're just like, put a boundary up and be like, hey, I understand I'm the go-to person here, but I'm personally working through some things right now for me. And here's my
Yes.
boundary. Call somebody else.
Mhm.
And they're not going to like that at all.
No, because it's a habit. Sarah
Mhm.
did add, they get upset and mad. I'm the quiet one.
Yeah. Time to get loud.
Yes, yes. Yeah, even the timid mouse sometimes roars and needs to.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jan said, if I wanted you here, the drawbridge would be down. So
Oh my God. I see that on a t-shirt. I really do. That's great.
that's fun.
Or like a sign, like instead of a welcome sign at your house.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. The ripples you cast belong to your frequency. Yes, yes. And I think boundaries. boundaries are a beautiful thing. I think a lot of times the idea of boundaries, the word itself, is oftentimes thrown up when they have been crossed, when someone has gone beyond what they're there. So it's a retaliation. And instead, you can talk about boundaries without using the word boundaries, because sometimes that can concern some people.
Yeah. I
So
worked in a group home. I had no business working in a group home because I did not go to school for that stuff.
uh-huh.
That's beside the point. But but there was this thing where we'd all get into this this big passenger van, and we'd be going to the mall, and they were going to be spending, money on their school clothes or whatever. And so the person running it would like set things up before going into the mall. So it's almost like it's so fun to like set the things up first, because it's like, I know these things are going to pop up, and this is what these are the rules. And it's almost like doing that for people if they're having a hard time, like a family member,
Yeah.
and just maybe sitting down with them again. And it's just like, I love that you come to me, but right now I'm unavailable emotionally. I'm working on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it's like, I know that something's coming up. I know Thanksgiving is coming up and I may not be there, but these are the reasons why. And I love me and I love you and I won't be there. It's like setting something up before it happens.
Well, and the boundaries are also there to protect us for when we stop comparing ourselves to others, we stop over giving.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
mine. Overgiving.
wearing people down. Well, I just need your help for a little bit. I just need your help for a little bit. I just need your help for a little bit. Yes, you need my help for a little bit, and I'm available tomorrow between the hours of 3 and 4. I'm not available now. I'm going to hang up. And but boundaries are also a good thing. I don't know about you. Sometimes distractions are a very powerful thing for me.
Hmm.
And I have to set the boundary up and go, okay, wait a minute. That's not what we're focused on right now.
I'm going to
Right.
step all over my set boundaries.
Here you go. This is beautiful. Thank you, Kevin. Boundaries don't always mean barrier.
Thank you, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Nicely said. Nicely said.
But it's also like going back to the snowboarding thing is when you love something, it's almost like not abandoning your castle, like your castle, the treasures in your castle, the castle, you're the castle, your treasures inside. And it's like you care so much about that you're willing to do some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I also think it's important to, when you have a treasure and we're receiving these gifts, what are you supposed to do with them? Are you supposed
Community.
to keep lock them in a tower? I mean, there may be, I'll be really honest with you, sometimes it feels like the right thing is to wait,
Hmm.
so long as that waiting is on purpose and not as a keeping you away from having other experiences.
Yeah, I like I'm actually kind of doing the waiting right now because something was changing with my spiritual gifts, and I really wanted to honor that, and I wanted to just kind of learn about it outside of live stream because I just really wanted to play around with it and get a little clarity with it first.
And how is that going?
It's going really good. I do have some guides that have requested that I spend more time with them. I get distracted a lot. I need boundaries.
Well, I think this leads beautifully into the next thing, which is where we can say focus turns the gift into a lived thread, where you know you have that gift, and you feed it for a period of time. You focus on it.
Mm.
You are going to do a full lunar cycle. You're going to do a season. You're going to do a week, something along those lines. And what happens is you have discernment. You're taking some action. You've set the boundaries up, and this focus turns the gift into a lived thread. It becomes part of who you are, and you see it and have more opportunities to experience it and to
Mm.
try it out. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going a million different places with my head. I'm going back to the conversations we've already had. So,
I don't get annoyed. Jan says, I don't get annoyed when people cross my boundaries if I have not expressed what my boundaries are to them. Crossing my boundaries will get a full explanation of them, though. You
beautiful.
need to be able to articulate that.
Hmm. I know. Can you imagine? Like, that sounds like something I would do where I'd set a boundary and not tell anybody. And then I'd be so mad. But I hadn't told them what my boundary was.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it's the same thing with our gifts and our treasures.
Mm.
We're going to understand the boundaries of our gifts because you learn about the boundaries when you get really close to them or you cross them.
Yeah.
That's and I know that, for entertainment purposes only, that's something that I learned about in postgraduate work in psychology. Part of the way you understand the boundary is when they've been crossed or when they're really, really close. And you've got to pay attention to that. It goes back to that idea of heat needs a container. And we've got to, how things are being revealed, we have to pay attention to those signals. The body, the symbol, the synchronicities can be very, very valuable for us.
I would love to, because my people, like the language, they really love finding these inner treasures within us. Like,
Uh-huh.
before we step away, I would love to do a little light language for helping us find our treasure.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Okay. Um, so imagine that. Imagine your body, your whole body, as an outline right in front of you. You're looking at it. There's your mini me right in front of you, that outline. And just take a couple breaths. Nana, you are looking at that. See if there's anything that needs to be polished. Is there any like aches and pains, emotional bruising or whatnot? This is just all for you individually. Just send some love to that outline of you. Investigate it and see if there's anything that would like to um, be like washed, polished up, shiny. Maybe there's some dullness in a part of your body that you would like the internal organs. Maybe we'll just fluff those up a little bit like a pillow. Entertainment purposes only. Um, and just really sending it love. And imagine that between you and this outline, you have this heart space, and this heart space is completely healing. It's this lovely healing essence that you have, and it's like this ball right in front of your heart outside of you. And invite that outline to come on in to this beautiful orb, this sphere, this heart space of yours. And you get to bring in different colors, like the sunset, the sunrise, maybe a reflection on a lake. Anui Tanush Nama, just sending some love to that little outline of yourself. Tanui, Tanui. He na shina ye na ye na ye wai. Toshna, Toshna. Pa ye na ye na ye na ye. Ooh ye, Tanash namaye. And then remove the outline of you from this heart space and shrink your outline for your inner child. Make it a little bit smaller. Tui, 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 tui. Investigate the outline. What does this inner child need? Flowers, playtime, laughter. Cooey, cooey, cooey. Before you place it into that healing heart space, just hold the inner child outline in your hands. And you can put your hands up to your mouth and you can whisper something like, I love you. I know you might be going through some hard times. Just know that I love you. And then go ahead and put that inner child in your heart space. Bringing in the sunlight to really charge it up. Patoti tanush namaye, the beginning of you. Pauta, matui nashna na 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 na. Hey, anush namaye wa, and take the little one out of the heart space. Tushna, 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 tushna. And then you can do this later with your future self, your elder self. But right now they want to make the outline adult size, and they're like, make multiples of you from across dimensions, across your timelines, like all of you, every life you've ever had. Just make as many, and it's like it might fill up the room, oops. And so just see all of that, and just, if it feels right, give them permission to come into this heart space. And again, just like with the inner child, just while they're in the heart space, you can just talk to them and be like, hey, I don't know what's going on over there in that timeline, but I just want to say that I love you. Here's a little extra energy. And I'm happy that you're here right now. And just charge up all of those little people.
Mm-hmm.
And then release them back to whatever dimension timeline they're in. And you can do this as much as you want. And you can also, with permission, bring your family members into it too.
I love it. As you were describing, whispering to them, and then you're releasing them. It's like you were activating their treasure.
Oh.
As it goes to the new timelines or to the other timelines.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Yeah, doing that to your little inner child? Oh my goodness. Wow. I got goosebumps everywhere.
Yeah. And as you were, may I share something that I saw?
Yeah.
Bridget was saying, oh my, that was beautiful. And yes, Nalani, inviting them in. Mm-hmm. What I was seeing, for those of you who know me, my language is in the form of symbols as it relates to Akashic records. And Jules, learning to listen, said, so sweet, really is. And part of what I was seeing is that when people do this, what you were describing, JJ, is it it's rearranging the knickknack. It's like rearranging knickknacks on a shelf. And what happens is when you do that, it exposes the buildup of dust that needs to be tidied up. And also, when you rearrange these things and shift them even a little bit, our eye catches them differently because they're in a different vibration level.
Wow.
We go, oh, I'd forgotten I had that. So that's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think what's really, and Bridget just says, I lost my main source of income today, and nurturing my younger self was so very much needed. I felt embraced and supported.
Aww. Yeah.
I'm glad
Play
you felt that.
around with that. Play around with that exercise too. It's like, just play around. Like, can you put your house in it? Like, dream big, you know? It's like, I'll put my house in, I'll put my car in, and maybe your future job. Put your future job in there and whisper and talk to it.
Yeah, yeah. Spring cleaning. Hi, Timmy Raven. Timmy Raven Tarot Meditation. Do you have any other messages from your team about this?
Yeah, they're showing me that even though you feel like you're not on your path, you are on your path. And it's so interesting. They're bringing me to, there's like a galaxy, and there's this path that it looks like musical notes. Like what is it? What are the things around the musical, like the barriers or boundaries, right? When you're reading music, it's like those two parallel,
the lines. I don't know what those
the
are called.
lines.
Good,
Yes, the
somebody.
musical lines. And it's like, and it
This is
twists, and
score, but yeah. Sheet
yeah,
music without music.
yeah. And it like twists and it goes, and it's like I see the universe, and there's stars everywhere, and it's just like you are on your path. And there's a lot of support from your loved ones that are out of the physical, your pets that are out of the physical, the unknown guides, the angels. It's like there's just so much love while you're on your path. And I know it feels like sometimes we're stumbling and we're not on the path, and they're just saying, you know, you may not see us or feel us, but we're here, and we love picking you up when you need to be picked up, and dusting you off, just like with the outline.
Yeah. Staff on your path or staves. Timmy did share our path is an eternal one, I think. Probably more than we realize. JJ, I'm going to put you on the spot, and if I've crossed a boundary, tell me to stay in my own lane, Gerald. Stay in your own lane. I'm wondering, because both you and I in the last 6 months, our understanding of light language has evolved.
Yes.
I wonder if you and I might get together and do a recording of what the readings that we do or the type of work that we do, what it looks like now.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
We don't have to do that as a live. And we can do it as two separate things. I could do a reading for you. You could do work with me. I don't know if people would be interested in seeing that.
Yeah, yours are. I will say I've had the pleasure of the Akashic records, and you, and it's profound. And I love that it's still fostering and still changing, but like what you have right now, and you did take a break for a little bit too. Like you kept some, you kept some things to yourself while you were working on it and figuring it
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's life changing. Yeah, I would love to do that, but yeah, off the record first, because sometimes we might have to edit out something personal.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is, like, for instance, JJ and I sort of activate the inner gifts around each other.
Yeah, we do.
And sometimes you will see that online when people are doing readings. There's some readers who they suddenly really connect with the other people that they're sharing the space with, and it's
Hmm.
fascinating to see. So,
Yeah. That's the other thing that we didn't talk about that's important is when somebody else happens to activate you. Like this person, Jack, was giving me body work. She was giving me a massage, and my language wanted to come out, and so I did it. And she's like, "Oh, okay, that's something, you know." And then she left, and then her light language came out. So she always says like mine activated hers, and then when I listen to her, like her teachings, her podcasts and whatnot, called Soul Essence, it's just like each one activates me. And so I already had it inside, but sometimes maybe your family from another universe needs to like brush by you to activate it.
yeah. Well, and it's also interesting. Perhaps it didn't activate it. Perhaps maybe what it did is it recognized it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Because I know for me, growing up as a gay kid, I wanted to see other people like me. I needed to be able to see myself and the environment around me. Really important.
Yeah.
And it's important, especially when some of you are you're finding these new treasures. And it's like, it was an interesting thing, um, that sometimes you are not expecting it and it shows up. Okay. I mean, and just, that's part of why I do a channel, because I'm uniquely me, you are uniquely you, and you are uniquely you. There's space for all of us, and we get to be kind to each other. So, reawakened, our core self. I like that. Spirit comes in and helps us connect. It's dynamic and so amazing, surprising sometimes. And
Hmm.
Jules, we have to be willing to do our part for that, because remember this idea. I said this: action develops the gifts. Be an active participant as best as you can. I do want to, give people an opportunity to think about this as a takeaway. What inner gift is ready to be claimed, and what is the next small step to develop it? I think you have something else to say. What else you got to say, JJ?
Oh, I was remembering what you said, that if the task seems too big, then just you need to make it you have to chop it up a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
Make it smaller. That's one thing I get. I'm a big dreamer and I'm impatient. And if something seems like, for instance, not I need to, but I want to have a garden. I have these beautiful planters. And so I always go to, what am I going to plant? And I'm like, no, JJ, you need to sand them first and then paint them and then maybe get some soil. Like those are the steps. Yeah.
Well, but when you have an understanding of, it's like, that's the idea of this beautiful treasure that people are discovering, is it's like, ooh, I want to do that. And yes, you can have that. You need
Yeah.
to do all of these other things to get so that that's ready. And sometimes it's like, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
I want this outcome. And then, okay, well, in order to do that, I need to sand these things down. Then I need to paint them. And then I need to fill them with dirt.
Yeah.
So. it's part of that motivation.
It's so funny what Zora said. Zora's like, "Oh my God, you're gay." What I was gonna say, Zora, "Oh my God, you were a kid once." Oh my God, that's shocking.
Yes, yes. I always like to tell people, I'm the youngest of 12 children. Mom and dad stopped when they got it right.
Yeah, perfectly said, little one.
There you go. JJ, what should be
Yes.
our topic for the 30th? The light language
Ooh.
number 30.
I'm wondering, because we've made it to 30, we've got this beautiful community and the best chatters. I'm thinking it might be including a lot of them, maybe some readings. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done readings in a while.
Yeah, so bring your questions.
Yeah, and I would encourage them to be questions about light language
And treasures.
and treasures.
Don't
I'm
ask me
writing that
anything
down.
about a boundary because I'm not very good at those. But yeah,
Yeah.
those questions, that we'll answer those questions. So we'll make sure that those are the priorities. So definitely come, and if like spiritual gifts, treasures, small steps, yeah, action, boundary, focus, anything that has to do with that.
There you go. About action, boundary, and focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. And see, I'm just drawing on all of my notes, so that'll help us.
Great. Thank you, Gerald.
Well, thank you, JJ. What do you have coming up that people are going to hear about because they are subscribed to your channel?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Thank
coming up
you.
that you're going to taunt some people with?
We are still continuing the Light Language Awakening series over on my channel. So and hit the subscribe, and hit the notification button. And next, if you love art, I think we're doing like spirit drawings or something. We've been talking about the different types of light language. Like my friend here, Gerald, was on the show and was talking about symbols. That's his thing. Mine is a spoken light language. And so next it's going to be art. So come on, play with us. It's going to be fun.
It is.
Yeah. So just go over to my channel and hit the notifications, please.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
You can schedule your reading with me. The link is in the description. It's calendly.com/TarotStache. So take advantage of that. And Bridget said, I want to learn more about your spoken language.
I have this great video on my channel that is Finding Tuta. And I got goosebumps just thinking about it. I want to cry. So Finding Tuta, and then the Sedona Secret is the second one, when it changed 10 years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun to watch those videos.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And, oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
100%. Your readings are excellent. And I think in your bio, it doesn't even say Akashic Records.
It doesn't, because I don't want to limit. It's just another layer of understanding.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of times when I'm reading for people, I get to see the connections that right. I need to go, okay, here's something you need to work on a little bit. So
perfect.
Well, everyone, oh my gosh, this has been great. And thank you for being here with us. If something landed, name your inner treasure and claim it with one action, one boundary, and one focus for the next 7 days. Drop your comment so that others can find it. Please do me the favor and like, share, and subscribe, because
we're worth it.
We all need to have that. Yeah. Yes. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.